Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I'm going to bring you a surprise video during the working week, not on the weekend, in the Pantera Tier 8 Tech Tree Italian medium tank. I'm going to be between Curtis and his Eradicator, and you died to me in a light tank of some description that I can't remember, and this is going to be a Tier 8 battle on Pilsen. A map a lot of people dislike in light tanks and lightly armoured mediums, but I quite like this map, even in those kind of vehicles. So this, I believe, is the first video of the Pantera I've brought to the channel, and I only brought the Tier 7 Tech Tree tank video a couple weeks ago. And I said about the Tier 7 that it was an average tank, but I quite liked it. And I think it was actually on this map, actually, that game. And this is going to be the same thing. The Pantera. Is it... I suppose the first comparison that comes to mind is the premium Tier 8 Italian medium, the Progetto. Is it as good as that? In my opinion, no. I actually prefer the Progetto in terms of, like, competitiveness. But, just like the Tier 7 Tech Tree tank, this thing's rather average, and I quite like it. I don't know what it is, I've just always been a guy who, I don't want every tank I play to be the best tank in the game. I quite like playing and doing well in just balanced average vehicles, or even the shitter vehicles if I'm honest. So, in this game, this tank is fully upgraded. So I've got the 3-round auto reloader, so I'll fire 2 shots at the IS-6. And again, I'm going to be trying to do some like discipline in this and not fire all my shots all the time, which I see a lot of people doing, because then you just make this tank even more painful to play than it needs to be. One other thing I want to mention about this tank, though, is like an important factor. Its DPM is low, but you get 240 alpha, 3-round clip, shit DPM, as you expect for an Italian tank, but not a reloader. This tank, I think, has 40mm of side armor. Well, no, I can tell you that it at least definitely has 40mm of side armor. Meaning, you can side scrape 120mm guns. It might have 50mm, but I'm not going to swear to that, because it might be the Tier 7 that has 50mm. I can't remember if this keeps that, so just for safety reasons, so that I don't get any of you killed, if you're in this tank, you can at least side scrape 120mm guns, so any Super Conquerors, E5s, fucking Composite 1Bs, and the like. And we're going to see some side scraping later, actually. 8 degrees gun depressing, alright view range. For the extra armor you get, though, and bear in mind, like, it's only like enough side armor to side scrape. This thing isn't the most well-armored vehicle. The thing feels a little slow and a bit sluggish. That's one of my complaints about the vehicle, what makes it a bit average. Like, for what you expect, it feels rather slow. It's not until Tier 9 that you get to the kind of speed you'd expect for these kind of tanks. One other thing. It carries a lot of ammo. Now, a lot of people might look at that and think, what's the importance of that? I'm not one of those people who... By the way, that shot on the cupola of the Carnarvon Action Town, the Eradicator or whatever it was ridiculous. I wasn't actually expecting to hit it. But either way, like, I'll say about the ammo. I'm not one of those people who will never fire premium rounds, and like, no one should ever fire them. I will fire premium rounds. But I refuse to carry more premium than standard. So when I get a tank that carries a lot of ammunition, I quite like the fact that I can bring a lot of premium rounds, just in case, like, you know, there's a platoon of 3 mice on the enemy team, or like 3 100s, or like, you know, other super heavies. So, I like carrying a lot of premium rounds, even if I'm not going to fire them, just the kind of reassurance that I've got them if need be is quite nice. Missed the lower plate shot on the Tiger Town. Gonna start side scraping, just to miss the lower plate shot on the Tiger Town. So I've wasted 2 shots there, lowered my DPM to do 0 damage. So that sucked. Now, I was side scraping for the Tiger 2, and then I back out, and I get a bit greedy here waiting to decide if I want to shoot at this tank or not, the TVP, and I get pen bam. So now I'm going to readjust myself so I'm side scraping properly. He can't pen me, he's got an 88mm gun, I think, on his tank, and if he's, even at like the worst case scenario, he can use 100mm, I think, but still isn't going through me. That's another shot. So, again, as with a lot of vehicles that you see me side scraping in, I'm not saying that you should side scrape in a Pantera, but if any of you are playing it and you're just stuck in a corner and there's enemy tanks around there, if they've got 120mm guns or lower, you can side scrape them. So just bear that in mind, but only obviously do it if you feel comfortable side scraping. But it can be helpful. I've run out of ammo here, so I've got no rounds in magazine, but I'm starting to push towards the Tiger because I'm worried that enemies are going to come down the 9-0 line and shoot me in the ass. And I don't want that, so I'd rather take the shot from the Tiger than the Barask and whoever else is down the 9-0 line. I don't want to fuck with the Barask, if I'm honest. Probably the most dangerous Tier 8 tank. Progetto, that's who else is over there. So now I've got a full reload in, just about, ready for the Tiger 2 to come around. He shoots me, I put one shot in him, and I'm going to wait until I'm loaded. He is going to get another shot on me. I hit him again. And it turns out that as I get around this corner, he's not going to follow me, meaning I could have fired those shots into him. But this is where the safety part of it comes in. If he did follow me around and I fired those shots earlier, I'd die. So that's where the you got to think about situations like that and kind of think ahead. So I missed out a bit of damage, but it's not the end of the world. So you may have noticed Curtis got nuked at the start of the game by artillery on Pilsen, because, you know, small maps and artillery don't mix, apparently. And he was in a British Heavy, and we all know British Heavies get absolutely dunked on by artillery, because they tend to have big engine decks, or like big landing pads for artillery, and the Eradicator's no different. So as You Died to Me runs round and distracts the Tiger, I finish him off. And now I'm heading over to deal with the guys on the 9-0 line. Something you may notice, I'm avoiding driving into my cap circle. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's so ingrained in me to avoid driving in cap circles that I even do it to my own cap circle sometimes. Which is pretty funny, I thought. So, me and You Died to Me are coming over for this Progetto. He's caught out a little bit in a bit of a shit position. I managed to get 2 shots in him, and I'm holding the shots now. And I was going to wait for a reload, but the Barask is coming. He's going for You Died to Me. He can one-shot me, he's got 2-round clip, and he's a very dangerous vehicle, so it was definitely worth, in my opinion, taking that shot, despite the riskiness of it. Especially since if I missed, I was probably going to die. Unless he focused, You Died to Me. So now I'm waiting till I have, like, full reload, so I can have a few shots, because you never know, I might miss the first one. And You Died to Me puts him down to a one-shot, which is very helpful. Now, as I'm moving to position to get hold down on him, he's going to poke out, and I'm going to have to take a very risky snapshot. He's going to poke out, only his turret, snap. Thankfully I pat him. That could have gone very bad for me, but thankfully the snapshot paid off. Now there's just an enemy light tank left, and it's going to be trying to find him, but also I'm a one-shot, well, like, for most vehicles. I can't remember what light tank it is, but either way I don't have much hit points. So my plan was to have a peek down here just in case he went for the cap circles coming from the cap circle. So the plan was hopefully to spot him as I come round here. And you see the direction my teammates are going. They're going for the enemy cap circle. Now, remember what I said earlier about avoiding my own cap circle? Because it's so ingrained in me. Even though obviously nothing happens if you drive through your own cap circle. You don't alert anyone that you're there. So there's no reason for me to do what I'm about to do here but what? And I perfectly avoid driving in the cap circle for no reason whatsoever. It does make me chuckle, because I had no idea I did that until I watched this fucking video back. But either way, it's now getting to the very dangerous part of driving to these buildings where there could be a light tank just screaming around one of these corners any moment now to kill me. But our team is capping now, so I'm hoping that the light tank's going to go for the base. Another race through, you see that the Pantera can reach a decent top speed, just like the actual power to weight ratio feels a bit sluggish. And I turn to my right, we're not going to find him, team's going to cap. No idea where the enemy light tank went ahead, he must have been down in the 1-2 line, I think. But either way, a pretty average tank that I found myself actually quite enjoying, if I'm honest, as is usually the way. And actually a decent result for me on a map that a lot of people hate as well, and You Died to Me managed to come second, so about 3,700 damage, 4 kills in an average tank on a pretty shitty map. I think that's a good result. And also, I just like to show off the Italian grind as it is, especially since people seem to underestimate these tanks. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.